Microsoft Windows and update rings in Intune. In this section, we will learn that what are Microsoft Windows 10 updates and what role Intune plays in this part or in updation of the Windows 10 devices. So first of all, let's start with the Windows update. As we all know that prior to Windows 10, Microsoft they used to release new versions of Windows every few years. Now that as in Windows XP, and then after some time they released Windows Vista, and then Windows 10 and 7. I'm sorry, after before Windows 10 and after Windows Vista, there was Windows 7, which was actually a huge success, and then they used to do that. Now, this traditional deployment schedule, it imposed a huge burden on the organizations for training and also the other things. There were other issues as well. For example, uh, if someone had to if there was a new issue in the previous Windows version, the users had to wait for a long period, for a long time, to get those issues resolved by Microsoft. Now, as we all know that in this today's environment, that would be not sufficient because every now and then the software updates. I mean, the security threats are always there, and then comes the versions which are released by the software or companies. Most of the companies they release a new version every year, or the compatibility with the previous Windows versions were at risk. So in order to overcome all these situations, now Windows has, I'm sorry, the Microsoft has come with a plan that in Windows 10 they have stopped releasing new updates as of yet, or new versions of Windows altogether as of yet. Instead, what is being planned is that every now and then they release quality updates and the feature updates in Windows. This way, the features can be added or removed as per the requirement or as per the user's feedbacks, and also the security updates and other quality updates are released, or they release these updates quite often, due to which the security risk has been minimized. Also, the users they do not have to wait for longer periods for the new Windows version updates or Windows updates to release. Now, they have also, I mean, the Microsoft has also released, in fact, they have came with a naming convention that's a servicing channel. Using these channels, the users can deploy the updates on a specific group of users. For example, if a user or if a group of users are in an LOB wherein the updates are quite they need, or they are in testing environment, for example, let's say. So the organization can deploy a different servicing channel onto those users, and if there are users who are using on any specific application which are not updated quite frequently, or any minor change in Windows may harm the production environment or may impact the production environment, in that case the updates are not released to those specific group of users. So that's how it works. Now, in order to make sure that the confusion does not arise, there are two major channel two major servicing channels. The first one is semi-annual channel. Previously it was known as current branch. Now, it is also the current branch can be referred as semi-annual channel targeted in presets. So when it comes to current branch for business, it will simply be referred to as semi-annual channel. Second one is long-term servicing channel. The long-term servicing channel, that is LTSP, it used to be referred or it is now referred to as long-term servicing channel. Servicing branch was changed to servicing channel. That's the only difference in these two. So, what are feature updates? With Windows 10, Microsoft will package new features into feature updates that can be deployed using existing management tools. Because feature updates are delivered more frequently than the previous Windows releases, it actually does twice an year. So, uh, it's quite easy to get all the bug fixes in an year, like twice. So the time period which Microsoft has chosen for the feature updates is around March and September. So as the changes will be in bit-sized chunks rather than all at once, and this makes the end time readiness much faster than the previous Windows updates, because if the Windows version is updated entirely, so all the computers needed to be updated manually or using the group policy, whichever the scenario an organization has. Now let's get back to the quality updates. Now quality updates are released monthly because it it contains the security, mostly security and other important updates. So for security enhancements and for making sure that things are working smoothly and the regular reports are being sent to Microsoft from the devices, so that Microsoft can improve the quality of the operating system. These updates are released. So many updates selectively choose which updates they want to install and which they did not. And this created countless scenarios previously in which organizations deployed essential security updates but picked only subset of non-security fixes. Now, with Windows 10, administrators will see one cumulative monthly updates that supersedes the previous month's updates. That means if there is any update which was sent previously or which was released previously in previous month, with the new update, that update becomes old and that won't be installed on the devices. Instead, the new update should be installed on the computers. This has made the basically patching simpler. Make sure that the customer devices are more closely aligned with testing done at Microsoft, and this reduces the unexpected issues. Now let's elaborate the servicing channels. Now to align with the new method of delivering feature updates and quality updates in Windows 10, Microsoft introduced the concept of servicing channel to allow customers to designate how frequently their individual devices are updated. For example, an organization may have test devices that the IT department can update with new features as soon as possible. Now, once they are sure that these updates will not impact their existing or their running environment, they can release those updates onto the production machines. So that's the story about the servicing channel. Now, as I said, there are three basic servicing channels, mostly two which are used, but third one, Windows Insider program, is an altogether different one. But again, let's start with the semi-annual channel. Semi-annual channel or semi-annual channel. In the semi-annual channel, servicing channel, mm, okay, feature updates are available as soon as Microsoft releases them. Windows 10 version 15.11, it was like they had a batch servicing tool option to delay updates. So due to that, Windows version 16.07 and onwards, including more servicing tools that can delay features update up to 365 days. This servicing mode is ideal for pilot deployments and testing of Windows 10 features updates, and for users such as developers who need to work with the latest features immediately. Once the latest releases went through pilot deployment and testing, you can simultaneously choose the time as to when the other devices or the production devices gets the new feature deployment. Now, when Windows officially releases a feature update for Windows 10, it is made available to any PC, not computer. Okay, simple. When a computer when the updates are released, it will be pushed down to the devices which does not have any policy or which does not have any deferral setting or delay setting for the updates to be deployed. So this is simple as in previous versions or wherever it was possible. The updates will be pushed down to the computers if they do not have any additional or any manual configurations made to delay the updates. Organizations are expected to initiate targeted deployment on semi-annual channel releases. All customers, independent software vendors, and partners should use this time for testing and piloting within their environment after through. Okay, it's just a lot of story, but the uh, the crunch of this story is with semi-annual channel updates. The organizations can deploy the feature updates on their pilot projects or their pilot devices, wherein, first of all, they test the updates. If those updates are successful or if those tests are successful, then they can deploy the updates onto devices. And the best feature is delaying the updates. If a user or if a group of users need a certain updates after 6 months, so those updates can be delayed for 6 months. In this case, let's say an update was released in March, in 1st of March, and if the update was deferred or delayed by 6 months, so the update which was released on 6 I'm sorry on 1st of March, that the same update will be deployed onto devices after 6 months, not the updates which was released after 6 months, but the one which we have deferred for 6 months. So that's how it works. Second thing is long-term servicing channel. Specialized systems such as PCs that control medical equipment, point of sale system, and ATMs often require longer servicing options because of their purpose. These devices typically perform a single important task and don't need feature updates as frequently as other devices in the organization. It is more important that these devices be kept as stable and secure as possible. Alright, okay. So this long-term servicing channel, these are basically suitable for the devices which are not updated frequently or which do not need frequent updates. For example, the ATM machines, they they do not need any frequent update, or the computers in a pathology lab, or let's say in an X-ray lab or radiology lab, because they do not need any software update frequently unless there is a bug which was determined or which was detected. There is no requirement or not a very frequent requirement for the updates to be there. So these servicing channels are deployed onto those devices which do not need the updates quite frequently. Now the last one is Windows Insider Program. So some of the user it's let's consider this as a premiere of any movie, right? Those premieres, they happen or any VIP premieres which are scheduled for the board of or the directors, producers, actors and actresses in the movie, and the crew of the movie. That premiere is released before the actual release of the movie. Same thing happens with Windows Insider Program. Some of the IT people or some of the IT professionals, they like gaining access to features before it is released in the market. So they what they do for that, they have to enroll with Windows Insider Program with Microsoft. Once they are enrolled, so Microsoft releases a free uh, copy of the features and other things, other updates onto the devices or to the users who have enrolled in the Windows Insider Program. In this way, what they can do, they would know that what's going to be the new update in their environment, and the project readiness can be done quite easily. as they have the information as to what updates would be required and what updates would be released. So they can simply plan the updates in their organization as per their need and requirement. Now, there's just one more, which is just a part of channel. This is the default servicing channel for all Windows 10 devices, except those with the long-term servicing mm, B. That was actually branch or the LTSD servicing channel edition installed. The following table shows the servicing channel available to each editions of Windows 10. So as we can see for Windows Home, it's a semi-annual channel targeted, that's by default, and Insider program, Pro, semi-annual channel, uh, targeted and semi-annual channel, and then Insider program. The long-term servicing channel is only available for enterprise long-term servicing branch. Rest of the features or semi-annual channel targeted and insider program is available in all the uh, uh, all the Windows 10 editions except for home. So that's it. Now let's get back to the Intune portal and let's see how does it work and how do we create a servicing channel in Intune. Also, before we proceed, so to the people who have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to get more information about Intune and how it works. Also the policies and other things with Intune. Yeah, let's proceed now. Yeah, also just wanted to tell you that Intune does not push updates because I have seen a lot of users asking the question that I want Intune to manage all these updates. I want Intune to push the updates which I want, like the quality and feature updates. But just to make sure, uh, or just for the information, Intune does not push update. It only manages the updates. When I say manages, that means it works as an intermediator or a mediator between Microsoft update server and the devices. So it simply defers the updates and it does not release the update. It simply defers the update and manages that when the updates need to be installed on the devices. So to be very clear, Intune does not push updates. It just either delays the updates or manages as to when the updates need to be installed onto the devices. Now, to create a Windows update, first of all, we need to go to Intune and then we need to go to software updates down here. In software updates, there are options like Windows and update rings, update policies for iOS. As right now we are looking for 10 update rings. We open this, then we need to create the update ring. Let's say the um, training. Come on. Okay, so that's my name. That's my update ring name actually. And then I will enter the description. Then the settings which are here, these are the ones which can be changed or updated as per the requirement. So the first thing, as I said previously, by default, the servicing channel is set as semi-annual channel targeted. There are others: semi-annual channel, Windows Insider Fast, Slow, Release Windows Insider. As we all know that Windows Insider program is only available for Enterprise LTSP, that's long-term servicing branch. So if an organization has the devices which are Pro, which are Microsoft Windows 10 Pro, Enterprise, and others, let's just get to that. Pro Enterprise, Pro Education, Education, Mobile, and Mobile Enterprise. In that case, that won't be working. These three options should not be these won't work on these editions. So let's select the semi-annual channel here. What updates do we want on the devices? Microsoft product updates, allow, block. Yes, I want the product updates, allow. Windows drivers, yes, I want it. Next, quality update deferral period. As in, for how long we can defer the quality updates? That would be 30 days because the quality updates are released every 30 days. So, if I want to change, I can change it for 30. Now, for feature updates deferral period, as I had mentioned earlier, this feature update can be deferred for 365 days or for an year. But right now, I don't want 365 days. I just want 6 months. That is 180 days. Oh, really? 180 days now? Let's say just 180 days. I'll defer it 180 days, 5 days, give or take. Now, set feature updates uninstall period, as in when the feature update would be uninstalled, like after the installation of new updates, when the previous update would be uninstalled. So if you want to make a changes here, if you want to make a change, you can do it, or you can leave it as it is. That will not do any harm. But this section is very important. The user experience setting, automatic update behavior, as in how do you want, or how you want the updates to be installed, or how do you want them to be installed, and yeah, how does that, how do you want them to be installed would be the correct sentence, I believe. Okay, automatic update behavior. So you can define that which, or how the updates are installed on the computer. First, auto install at maintenance time, that's by default selection. That means that updates will be installed automatically at the maintenance time. Now active hours are starting from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Anything after 5 p.m. and before 8 a.m. would be a maintenance time. So the updates can be installed between 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Right. Now the second thing which you can choose, notify download. If you want that the user should be notified for the update downloads, you can do that. In this case, they would get the update or the notification to download the updates as soon as they are available after the different days. Next option, auto install and restart at maintenance time. So the maintenance time you can change. So if you do 12 a.m. to, oh, that option is gone apparently. Perfect. Okay. So the maintenance time you can choose anything between in 24 hours actually. Let's say this is the time. So the maintenance time which I will get is after 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Next option, auto install and restart as schedule time. So the schedule time, if I want to do first week of the month, day would be, let's say, Sunday, because Sundays are mostly off. Then schedule install time 3 a.m. So at every first week of the month on Sunday, the computer will install the updates at 3 a.m. and will restart. Alright. Now the last option is auto install and reboot without end user control. When we select this, the end user control is not there. So the computer or the updates will be installed anytime after the deferral periods are over, deferral days are over, and it will restart. Next thing, restart checks. If you would select this, it will check if the battery level is above 40% or 40%, if the user is available, if the display is required, or if the computer is in presentation mode, full screen mode, phone call state, game modes, etc. When we select this add to allow, this setting, the restart checks setting, overrides the automatic update behavior, and it will not restart if any of these parameters is not met. For example, if the battery level is not 40%, the device will not restart. If the user is available, device will not restart. If the display would be required, device will not restart. So these are the things. However, at the same time, if you click skip, this will not check any of it, and the installation and restart will proceed as set here. Alright. Require users approval for to restart outside of work hours? Not required. You can, I mean, yeah, you can select the required, but that won't make any difference if these two settings are selected as above. Remind user prior to required auto restart with dismissal with dismissible reminder 4 hours. This will send a notification on the notification bar that your device will be restarting in 4 hours, or the updates are installed, device needs to be restarted. So you can select 4 hours, or you can just change it to 2 hours, or whenever you want to get the updates or the computer to be get restarted. All right, so before 15 minutes it will show that the device will be restarted in 15 minutes. Please save any document or anything which you are working on. This option will kick off when the auto install and reboot without end user control is there. This thing cannot be changed, or this cannot be cancelled. It will just give you a reminder or a notification that close any documents which you want to save, or save or close any document. Allow user to restart. If you do not configure, this will work as regular, as in user would be able to restart. If you do it required, would be able to restart. Transition user to engage restart after an auto restart. Okay. After 7 days, the user can restart the device after auto restart, or not required. So these are the basic features in Windows 10 update rings. So as you can see, it does not say that which updates can be pushed to the device, but I mean, except for these two, product updates and Windows drivers, but you can defer that when the updates will be pushed. So Windows drivers, these are actually quality updates. Product updates are, I believe, these are feature updates. So if you block any of these, so the feature update and the product update may, or the feature or quality updates may have some few setbacks, as it's not updating to its fully or full potential. So make sure that you have these two settings allowed, or if you want, you can just block the Windows drivers, but that may create some issues. But allowing them may also create some issues. It completely depends upon your requirement, that which update you want to release, which you want to pause, or which you want to stop. So once we have done all these settings, click OK. OK is done. Then once we create it, the update ring will be created. To assign it to a group, click Assign. Select a group of users. I selected Intune, and done. You can also select the device groups, user group, or wherever you want. So if it's a device group, you can select it on the device groups. As I do not have any device groups with me right now, I have now selected a device group. But this setting is, as per the article, the Microsoft article, this update ring or the update ring should be deployed on the user or on the device group. But user groups also work. So for now, I have selected the user groups only. So you can deploy it either on user group or the device groups. We save it. Now my update ring is created. And the settings we have already checked. Once the device is enrolled, or once the updates are deployed to the devices, you can either check the user status here. As I have not deployed it on any of the devices, I won't be able to show it. And the device state, you can check the devices which are which has the deployed or which has the updates deployed or not. It will show deployment status as success or failed. I will try to arrange a device where we can test all these settings which we have done so far. But for now, that's not possible. But I'll try to do it in my next videos. Alright, so once we have done the updates, the next thing is, I believe it's all done here. Yes, that's it. You can also check per update ring deployment status because I have couple of update rings. So I will go here and will show that how many devices are showing errors, how many are failed, and how many are succeeded. Audit logs which show that what changes has been done and by who. That's it. If you want to raise a case, help and support, and create a support request. Simple. That's all about Windows 10 update rings. I will also share all the details, or in fact I'll share the entire document in the description, and or in fact rather I would go for Google Drive and I will share the link for the Google Drive so that you all can access the document which I have right now. And also I will share the important links which are from Microsoft directly, Microsoft documentation, and you can get more information over there. In case of any question or if you come across any issue, I would appreciate if you can just let me know in the comment section. And in case you need any other information apart from updates related to Intune, you can simply just email me, or you can share the same on comment section. And I would appreciate if you can, or if you would share and share the video, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. That would help me to produce more documents or more information for you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in next videos. Have a good day. Bye bye.